During the 1960s, when the Rolling Stones were at the height of their popularity, former Rolling Stones bassist Bill Wyman shared his experiences of touring with the Notorious rock band. The Rolling Stones member Wyman, who was a member of the band from 1962 until 1993, recently gave an interview to Classic Rock in which he discussed the challenges that come with touring all over the world. Having said that, it does not appear to be a terrible moment. As the band traveled from city to city, Wyman also thinks about the large groups of admirers that followed them around. Because you never actually saw anywhere, it was a fairly depressing experience. If you flew into a town, you would immediately be escorted into limousines at the airport, and then you would move directly into the subterranean parking lot of the hotel, he recalls. Afterwards, you had to wait until they removed all of the girls from the halls, and in certain cases, the rooms before you were allowed to walk up to your room. After that, you were confined to your room until you went to perform the act. Immediately after finishing your performance, you went back to your hotel room where you remained until you woke up in the morning and boarded the plane to travel to the next town. When they wanted to access to your rooms, they would occasionally climb the bleeding drain pipes and fire escapes. All in all, however, it was a wonderful experience, especially for Rolling Stones founder-member Brian Jones. In his opinion, it was very funny. Every single one of the images exhibits him chuckling. Wyman also offers reflections on the part played by Brian, a former bandmate. He believes that Stones manager Andrew Oldham made the decision to get Mick Jagger and Keith Richards to start writing songs because he realized that Mick, being the frontman, would probably be the most famous later. Oldham was his manager from 1963 until 1967. Jones, the former bassist for the Rolling Stones, was initially more well-liked by the audience, according to them. Brian received a far greater amount of fan mail than the rest of us at first. The girls were all pursuing Brian. Aside from that, he was ignored. According to him, after that, Andrew prevented me, Brian, and Charlie from conducting interviews, which also helped to raise Mick and Keith's profile. I was in the same room as Brian at the time, and he was always a little bit disappointed and upset that we weren't doing the kind of music that he really appreciated. This was due to the fact that we began out playing real blues, and he was a blues purist. Obviously, it was ultimately advantageous for Mick and Keith to take on the music. Wyman has a hunch that Jones did not always feel like a part of the successful band at the time that the responsibilities of the Rolling Stones began to evolve. When he wasn't feeling like he was a part of the band, he had a sense that he had lost the band. That was a pretty unfortunate turn of events. Keith and Mick, Andrew Oldham and Charlie, and Brian and I all shared a room, he recounts. It was a crowded place.